So for the past few weeks, I've been playing quite a bit of World War III, and I must say it has come a long way since it first released. I think it was in 2018, so it initially released on Steam. I think it was something like $30 Canadian or something, maybe a little bit more, like $40. I can't recall, but it had a pretty bad launch and they ended up taking it off Steam in order to relaunch it in the future, which is pretty much where we're at now. So they've done quite a substantial amount of work for World War III, and it is launching in the near future as a free-to-play title. And if you're a fan of the Battlefield franchise and are not satisfied with what's on offer right now and the Battlefield franchise, then World War III might be something that could interest you. Now, it's not like just this is the Battlefield experience. It's the best way I could describe it, I think, is if Battlefield and something like Squad kind of had a baby, and then it gave us World War III, because it is arguably a little bit more hardcore, so to speak, than Battlefield, because let's face it, Battlefield's a pretty casual game. It's not really a Milsim style game. But yeah, World War III takes a lot of inspiration from Battlefield, which you can see in the game, and adds its own mix of stuff that makes it a little bit more hardcore or tactical shooter. So the movement's quite different. Like, you can lean, and it does take a lot longer to start shooting after you finish sprinting. There's also a weight system, so if you have very heavy weapons, then you might not be able to equip as good armor as you could if you didn't have such heavy weapons. So there's kind of like a fine-tuning of your weight. So if you have, for example, steel plates in armor, then you probably won't be able to carry an assault rifle and an RPG. But if you're carrying something like an SMG and a pistol, then you might be able to put steel armor plates on your character, as well as a steel helmet that is better equipped to protect you against oncoming fire. And obviously, the heavier you are, the slower your run speed is, so that is all to take into account. So there is some more, as I said, Milsim tactical features in this game, but there is a lot to enjoy. Currently, there's 4 maps in 2 game modes. So Tactical Ops, which is very similar to Conquest and Battlefield 2042, so you have to link objectives together. And then there's Team Deathmatch, which is just your straightforward 2 teams fight against each other, but it's not just one match, so you have to win 2 rounds to win the entire Team Deathmatch game. So if each team wins 1 round, then it's pretty much a sudden death for the final rounds. You have to win 2 rounds to win the team deathmatch match. That is quite repetitive. There's also quite a few weapons to choose from. So if we look at the weapon arsenal here, so go to customize, and you can see if I go to any of my kits here. So these are all the pre-made kits you can have. You can have quite a few. As you can see, I'm not through unlocking them all yet. So if we go to my, for example, assault kit. So right now, as you see here, I have a M417 battle rifle, and I have an RPG equipped. As you can see, my mobility is incredibly low. So low mobility, which makes it so I can only have a Kevlar armor plate and Kevlar material. As you can see, I could swap here if I had more available weight to play with. So I could put a ceramic armor plate or a steel armor plate if I had less heavy weapons. But this is mostly like my vehicle disposal kit, right? And then you can also have things like in your primary gadget, so you have a choice between med pack, equipment pack, ammo pack, or armor pack, and this is available to everyone. So there's no class system in this game, but you kind of build a class based on what you have for your gadgets. And then if we move over to the secondary gadget, these are the throwables or deployable explosives like claymores or C4. And then you also have a backpack. So the backpack allows you to have spare weapon attachments on you at any given time. So you can have a couple of sights in there that you can swap out in the game, kind of similar to the plus system in Battlefield that allows you to modify your weapon while you're deployed. There's also an underbarrel, and you can also have a couple of muzzles in here for each individual weapon. And then you also have a spare secondary gadget in form of throwables. So you can have a smoke grenade, concussion, gas. You can have some spare first aid kits, thermite grenades, and mini drone. But as you can see, I'm not really that far into leveling. And if we go back to the primaries, there's quite a good selection. So there's quite a few assault rifles here, all the way from the M416 to the AK-15 to the Alpha. This one looks really, really cool, and I can't wait to unlock this. There's only 2 battle rifles right now, but I suspect there will be more down the line. LMGs, there's 4. There's 3 sniper rifles, a couple of shotguns, some sidearms, some specials, which are the launchers here. And then you have the SMG weapon class, which is pretty slim for the time being, but I do suspect there will be more. So there's quite a bit of customization available. You can customize all the parts on your weapon. You can customize your character to your own liking. and they don't look ridiculous and they don't have stupid voice line clips, so it does feel a lot more gritty than Battlefield 2042, which I do feel as though in Battlefield 2042 those dumb quips and the characters are kind of jarring in most situations, so this one's a little bit more gritty and feels more like a military shooter. Before we end the video here, I just want to show you guys the strikes. So these are the strikes that you can have similar to the call-ins from Battlefield 5. If you guys didn't play Battlefield 5, basically as a squad leader, you could gain points and then call in airstrikes or supply drops or stuff like that. But this is individual to the player, so everybody can have it. Each have their own individual strike loadouts in the squad, and then you can customize them to whatever you like. So you see this one here, I have a Flying Eye, which is a UAV drone, high explosive, and then you can have a vehicle. So then you can modify all these ones, and you pick your class. Basically, when you start the game, you pick your class or your pre-made loadout here, and then you pick your strike loadout. So it allows you to play in a multitude of different ways depending on the map you're playing on, depending on what role you want to take within a squad. So there is some level of teamwork here, because if you don't have ammo, you can run out pretty quickly. So, but if you do have health, then you can help out your teammates when they need your support. So there is definitely a lot in this game right now. It is currently still in closed beta test. I think the closed beta packs are something like $15 if you want to try it out right now. If not, there's an open beta test coming soon. They delayed it, unfortunately. I can't recall why, but they did delay the the open beta test, sorry. And then later, hopefully later this month or in early May, the game will launch as a free-to-play title. So if you want to wait until then and give this game a try when it goes free-to-play, it is really, really fun and might be what you're looking for in a first-person shooter right now. Again, it is a little bit more hardcore or milsim than Battlefield, but it does have a lot to offer, and I think they've been doing a great job working on World War III for the past, 3-4 years now. A lot has changed. One of my biggest gripes in the past was the sound. The audio was just disgusting, and they did a huge audio patch not too long ago, which really makes the weapons sound a lot better. The audio has improved dramatically, and they're still working on it. So this game does have a lot of promise, and it is going to be free to play. So if you're looking for an alternative to Battlefield right now, because it's not in a good place, this might be something worth looking at and playing when it comes out in open beta or free to play soon in 2022. But anyways, thank you guys very much for watching the video. I hope you found this interesting. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.